people like to go back in time, you know, from when they were younger and things were simpler, and these Plow Day events seem to be a great opportunity for the spectators and for the people participating, you know, to go back to a time that they really enjoyed. It's been a pleasure seeing that, you know, seeing people come that say, wow, I got an old tractor in the woods, I'd like to pull out, or I know where a tractor is, I need to find a plow, or, you know, and they really get into it, you know, because I think it takes them back to a special time in their life.
Well, when I was farming, we plowed up until about, I would say, 1970. And plowing became obsolete. It burns a lot of fuel. It takes a lot of power to pull a plow. It's not good for soil conservation. So everybody pretty much got away from plowing.
Keeps going back to when I was growing up, and it gives the younger people, you know, that are coming up now, this is the way it was growing up, you know, for us. And I see a lot of older people, and they were there's probably some people right there were horse and mule plowing. I mean, I miss those days, thank goodness. Farming is just a community thing anyway. I mean, in Gates County has always been a farming community. You know, most people got to have a farm background. Their mothers and fathers worked on the farm, grew up on the farm, knew what farm life was, and very rewarding. And you just see it out here today with the amount of people that are here farming. You know, that some of them are farmers. Most people out here, you know, they're out here because they want to see what is going on.
You know, this is a bit of history that's been important to our family for all this time, but to be in a place where there's, you know, non-family outside interest in the story is interesting. It's really cool to be here and actually meet people that are enthusiasts of the tractor. I mean, that's something that I'm familiar with, being enthusiasts of things that I'm into, but to see and meet people that are really into the history of the McConnell tractor's a cool thing for sure. That, you know, I don't know that my dad himself could have ever quite envisioned that. But it's a unique story and unique situation, and it's definitely pretty cool to be somewhere where it's appreciated. It was first branded as a Massey Ferguson tractor, and he had a royalty agreement with them to brand it that way and to sell through Massey dealers and that sort of thing. And I don't know, somewhere in that process he, and maybe he'd always dreamed of the idea of his name being on it, he probably had, but the idea of actually doing it, I think, you know, I remember him mentioning and talking about that he wanted to brand it as McConnell and that he would put my name on it. And I think when he first decided that, I was probably more like, you know, 10 or 11 years old. And it's, you know, a funny age to receive that kind of information or know the significance of it. I guess maybe he wanted his son to have sort of that unique thing put on him. You know, there's not many people with their name on it, and John Deere being one of them. So that was one of the ideas he wanted to do. So it was, you know, I was honored, and as I'm, you know, an adult now, no more to be honored by it than I did at 10 or 11.
all about setting the height on that tractor on the plow. There's a little lever where you raise it and you lower it, and you end up with a depth stop so it won't go any deeper. It's a finite adjustment you have to make to get it tuned in. Well, he's plowed with the tractor, but you know, when you're young like that, you don't know really what needs to be done to get it set just right.
I have a grandson that he seems to really love it, you know, and loves to work, and that's very encouraging to me. It's very encouraging to see young people that have an interest in farming and tractors, and because somebody's got to feed the world. And the farming population has been getting smaller and smaller, you know.
I just, no way this country can survive like farming was done then. I mean, the amount of people that has to be fed in not only this country, but the whole world. So technology has come a long ways, and you know, moved away from the plowing. I guess maybe some areas still do for, you know, just because of the land or soil types, but really good chemical control is the only way, you know, that we can produce the amount of crops it takes to feed the world.
The big brands in the tractor business are so dominant in people's minds. I mean, everyone has always grown up knowing about John Deere tractors and other brands that are so prevalent, even the ones that aren't here anymore. Allis-Chambers and some of those, they're very much part of people's lives. But to have a tractor and a brand that isn't known by all, and have it be something that's made in America, and it's kind of an interesting story.
This is a chance just to stop for a day and, you know, let me get on a tractor that I don't have to worry about sensors and computers and whether I have a satellite signal, or, you know, whether I need a software update, or I can just drive, you know. When I push the lever, it moves something down there. I'm not pushing a button, you know. And that's, gosh, I really envy that. I love getting in a tractor that when I'm moving things, just moving things on the motor and the transmission and the tractors like they're running today, I used to kind of pride myself that, you know, I could probably fix it.